Concealed carry reciprocity. It's back on the menu. President Trump said he'll sign it, and H.R. 38, the Constitutional Concealed Carry Reciprocity Act, is scheduled for a vote in the U.S. House of Representatives for next Monday, October 6th, 2025. But there's always a but. So watch this video to understand what's going on and share this with your friends. Welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your premier source for Second Amendment news. If you value detailed breakdowns that the media won't give you, hit the subscribe button and share this video right now. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe or to help others know what's going on. Today's video is brought to you by CMMG, makers of great stuff. And because I believe that the tools that I use that could end up saving my life should be some of the best in the business and made in America, I choose CMMG. Head on over, check out their stuff. They make great tools, and G&G10 will make you smile. Guys, what if I told you that the fight for nationwide concealed carry reciprocity is back and stronger than ever? And it's got the backing of 188 members in the House of Representatives, which includes one Democrat. It also includes the president, Donald Trump, and every major pro-Second Amendment organization in the country. And today we're going to break down the latest on what's going on with H.R. 38, the Constitutional Concealed Carry Reciprocity Act, and why this may be the biggest push yet to finally restore the right of self-defense across all 50 states. Now, Representative Richard Hudson of North Carolina has reintroduced H.R. 38 a while ago, and I did a video the day that he announced it. But this isn't the first time that he's fought for us here, but this time the momentum is real. Hudson has rallied 188 of his colleagues to co-sponsor the legislation, making this a bipartisan push to protect gun owners across state lines. Now, Hudson said it perfectly when he said, and I'll quote him, "Our Second Amendment right does not disappear when we cross invisible state lines, and this common sense legislation guarantees that," end quote. Now think about that. Right now, as a law-abiding citizen with a valid carry permit, or as a resident of a constitutional carry state, you could become a criminal simply by crossing into the wrong jurisdiction. H.R. 38 seeks to fix that once and for all. You know, while I'm talking about this, a good attorney for like self-defense claims, just a good one, not a great one, a good one could be $500 an hour or more. In fact, a great one could cost 3 times that amount. What if I told you you could be covered should you have to defend yourself in every single state, and you could have the best self-defense attorneys in the country all year long for less than what that good attorney costs you for an hour? Join Attorneys on Retainer. If you're ever targeted by the government simply for exercising your Second Amendment rights, you're going to want them in your corner. If you carry a firearm for self-defense, you're going to need a legal team that actually understands your rights. AOR, which is run by Attorneys for Freedom, is the only law firm in America that specializes in self-defense cases, and that's all they do. That's the only thing they do is self-defense cases. If you can reasonably and in good faith assert that you acted in self-defense of yourself or others, they're going to cover you, guys and gals. From red flag orders to self-defense claims in every single state in gun-free zones, whether a weapon was used or not, yes, they cover tasers or OC spray or whatever, any weapon, including those not on your state rosters if you live in a communist nation like Massachusetts or California. Whether or not you have a concealed carry permit or it expired, doesn't matter. They'll cover you, and so much more. Learn more at the link down below. For a limited time, I'll save you $50 off of your individual plan sign-up fee or $25 off your family plan sign-up fee. Just use code GNG at the link down below. Guys, lock it in now. If you join now, your price is not going to change until 2030. It's huge, because they are adding more benefits, and the more benefits do cost more money. So jump on it now. It's not going to last forever. AOR, they're ready to fight for you when others won't. Especially when it comes to self-defense, guys. You need some quality folks. As a review, here's the nuts and bolts of H.R. 38, based directly on the text of the bill. If you have a valid concealed carry permit from your home state, Jared, we shouldn't have to have yes, we shouldn't have to have permits. They're unconstitutional. I believe that as well. But let's talk about something that gives us a little bit of meat on the bone. And that's what H.R. 38 does. If you have a concealed carry permit, you would be allowed to carry concealed in every single state that issues permits or that does not prohibit concealed carry. And that covers every state in the union. If you live in a constitutional carry state where no permit is required because of freedom, well, you would also be able to carry concealed nationwide. The bill specifically states that your right to carry travels with you regardless of state lines, so long as you meet federal requirements and the ID, you have a valid government-issued ID. What do they mean by federal requirements? You're not federally prohibited. Now, H.R. 38 goes even further than that. It lays out protections so that you cannot be arrested or detained simply by carrying, unless law enforcement has probable cause that you're violating a law outside of H.R. 38, of what H.R. 38 covers. If you're wrongly arrested and have a clear legal defense, and if you win, the state has to cover your attorney's fees. And if you have AOR, your fees are covered anyway, so that's more of a win for you. If your rights are violated, you can take action in federal court against the government officials who deprived you of your rights, and that's big. A little bit of sting to those who want to act as government stormtroopers. And one detail a lot of people will like, the bill explicitly says that handgun includes the magazine and ammunition loaded into it. Now that prevents anti-gun states from playing games with magazine restrictions when you're just trying to exercise your rights. There's a little bit of, Democrats like to play word games. That section, I will be honest with you, could be fixed with an amendment to cover all magazines that you have that are loaded with ammunition. That way they can't just say, well, only one. And if you have 3 magazines, well, you're screwed for the other 2. But on top of that, H.R. 38 ensures that concealed carry applies not just in cities and towns, but also on federal lands that are open to the public, places like national parks, wildlife refuges, BLM land, or land managed by the Army Corps of Engineers, or the Bureau of Reclamation, or the Forest Service, or anything else that says you don't have a right because the government owns this. The government doesn't own crap. They use our money. We're the owners of it. Now, this is important. The bill respects private property rights and state-level restrictions on government property that are considered sensitive spaces, according to the Supreme Court. So, in other words, private businesses can still say no guns if they want to. It's their right. State and local governments can still restrict carry inside certain government buildings, installations, or bases as long as it's consistent with the sensitive spaces that the Supreme Court has talked about. And this is not a federal takeover. Some people say, what about state rights? It's simply restoring the portability of your Second Amendment rights. Now, the fight here isn't new. Back in December of 2017, Rep. Hudson's bill actually passed the House of Representatives with bipartisan support. Unfortunately, the Senate refused to even take it up, and that was a huge missed opportunity. And I'll be honest with you, because I want to be honest all the time with you, that could still happen here. The Senate, there's a very slim majority, very slim majority. So if the Senate does take it up, getting that 60 votes is going to be an issue. But if we tie this on to something that also must pass, then this could be really, really big. But Hudson promised he'd keep pushing here, and here we are. This time, President Trump has publicly committed to signing national concealed carry reciprocity into law should it make it to his desk. And this is step 1. It's got to get through the House, it's got to get through the Senate, then it goes to his desk. And with Trump back in the picture, the path to success looks more realistic than it has in years. This bill has the backing of some of the biggest names in the gun movement. Gun Owners of America, for instance, Aiden Johnston said that it's the greatest legislative victory for the gun rights movement in a century. He also pointed out that with all 50 states now issuing carry permits, 49 states allowing non-residents to carry, and 29 states with constitutional carry, reciprocity is simple common sense now. And then you got John Comerford, who's the head of the NRA-ILA, who said Congress should now ensure that the right to self-defense does not end at a state line. He said the NRA applauds and thanks Rep. Hudson for his long-standing and unwavering leadership in the fight for right to carry reciprocity. But let's put this into perspective here. Imagine that you are a concealed carry permit holder from Texas or Florida or North Carolina or even Tennessee. You take a family trip to New York, New Jersey, or California. The moment you cross that state line, your rights vanish. Instead of protecting your family, you risk arrest, prosecution, and financial ruin, which is why you should have attorneys on retainer. But that's not how the Constitution works. The Second Amendment doesn't stop at those fake dotted lines on a map. Your freedom of speech doesn't vanish when you cross into another state, and your right to due process doesn't vanish either. So why should your right to self-defense vanish? Because feelings? H.R. 38 addresses the fundamental imbalance here. It acknowledges what we already know, that our natural right to protect ourselves exists wherever we go in America. So here's the big picture. H.R. 38 right now is on the table. It is scheduled for a vote. It has major support. It has major momentum. But history shows us that without grassroots pressure, the Senate can stall it and kill it, just like they did in 2017. So what about that but I mentioned in the opening? Well, there is concern that this could get delayed now in the event of a government shutdown. As of the moment I'm recording this right now, we're headed for a government shutdown tonight at midnight. So I'll keep an eye on it. I will keep you posted if that affects the schedule. If this is a long-lasting shutdown or they don't reach some type of an agreement today, it could affect the schedule of Congress. So check back to this channel. I'll give you the updates. But that's where we come in, guys and gals. Gun owners have to stay engaged. We have to make calls to these people and send emails and demand action. And this could truly be the most important Pro 2A legislation in decades. That and crushing the NFA, of course. But it won't happen without us. Call your U.S. representatives now. 202-224-3121. 202-224-3121. Switchboard for the U.S. Capitol. Let them know that you want national reciprocity when you call them. The switchboard can direct you to whoever your reps are. But let them know that you want national concealed carry reciprocity. And let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you believe reciprocity will finally pass? And if it does, how will it impact your ability to travel and protect your family? Will you make more plans to go different places that you won't go now? And as always, I'll keep you updated with every single step that goes on here on Guns and Gadgets, where your rights are always front and center. Guys and gals, until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a gun to keep you, your friends, your family, your community safe. It's on us, guys and gals. It's on us. See you in the next one. Take care.